This meeting today conforms with Chapter 231 PL 1975, called the Open Public Meetings Act. As per the requirements of the statute, notification of this meeting was published in the Star Ledger and Home News Tribune and filed with the Clerk of Middlesex County.
Thank you. Committee reports. Are there any committee reports at this time? James Polis, maybe?
Hello, Chairman. Good
Hello,
evening.
Chair.
I can update you on a couple of items. Our recycling division has had a good run. We did have some delays in the last couple of days because of the back-to-back holidays. If you recall, we had Monday, Christmas, and then New Year's Christmas. Then with the state of emergency called yesterday and the weather. So we had a couple of difficult days, but we're back on track. And short of that kind of little bit of an issue, we really had a good run of things going forward. Our county composting facility once again received very high marks from a recent surprise DEP inspection, so we compliment the entire team there. And with your permission, I can update you a little bit on a couple of our projects, sir.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the New Brunswick parking deck is nearing completion. There's a hope to have an expectation to have a temporary certificate of occupancy on that and very, very short term. And then we'll be looking to work out some arrangements for some construction work for parking there. We're still working through some details on our software management system. In fact, we're touring a facility in South Jersey next week to look at a system, and we'll be looking at a couple of others. We want to make sure we get the most state-of-the-art appropriate system to manage the day-to-day parking requirements at that, what will be a very busy parking facility. As I mentioned to you at our last meeting, our 30% design is completed for our train station in North Brunswick. We did receive comments back from NJ Transit. Unfortunately, we're still awaiting comments back on the 30% design from Amtrak. And once we have those, we will turn those around in quick order. We've also had some discussions and meetings with our new engineer regarding New Brunswick train station. We're in the process of really kicking off things now for some concepts that we'll be looking to them to develop, and then starting to move that project along as well. Thank you, Chairman.
Excellent. Excellent. Any other correspondence at this time?
No, sir.
All business at this time?
No, sir.
New business?
No, sir.
Okay. Discussion of resolutions. Harlan, can you read the resolutions by title for the consent agenda, please?
Yes, and bear with me, there are a lot of them, so. Let's take a sip of water first. Resolution of, 8A, resolution of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority authorizing approval of a one-year extension to the agreement between the County of Middlesex, the Middlesex County Improvement Authority, and RWJ Barnabas Health for the operation and management of the Roosevelt Care Centers in Old Bridge and Edison, New Jersey. B, resolution of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority to execute the indemnity and trust agreement with the Middlesex County Joint Health Insurance Fund and to continue participation in said fund. C, resolution of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority to execute the indemnity and insurance and trust agreement with the Middlesex County Joint Health Insurance Fund and to continue the Roosevelt Care Center of Edison and Old Bridge participation in said fund. D, resolution, I'm going to start saying resolution of the MCIA approving the purchase of a 2023 Ford Maverick truck from Lithia Eatontown F LLC, doing business as DCH Ford of Eatontown. E, resolution of the MCIA authorizing 2024 Code of Classifications. F, resolution of the MCIA designating authorized newspapers. G, resolution of the MCIA authorizing depositories and adopting a cash management plan. H, resolution of the MCIA designating the chief financial officer. I, resolution of the MCIA designating a records custodian. J, resolution of the MCIA designating affirmative action compliance officer and determining compliance threshold. K, resolution of the MCIA authorizing qualified purchasing agent to undertake bidding process, fair and open process, and approving purchasing process. L, resolution of the MCIA authorizing signatories. M, resolution of the MCIA appointing designated representative and alternate to the Board of Keep Middlesex Moving. And N, resolution of the MCIA for payment of expenses.
Thank you. Can we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the December meeting?
Motion, Christine.
Second, Youssef.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Public comments on resolutions. Is there anyone in the public that would like to be heard on any of the resolutions? Please state your name and your address, please.
We do have one hand. Give me one moment.
Good evening, Commissioners. Charlie Cradaville, 143 Saddam Street, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, hello, Charlie.
Hello. I think the only item I wanted to ask about at this time is there's going to be two. Number one is the first one, the 1-year extension. And the county council told me that the ultimate plan is to fully transfer the Roosevelt Care Centers to Robert Wood Johnson Barnabas. Is that the case? And if so, can you explain a little bit about the decision of why you're interested in now fully privatizing the nursing homes?
Jim Polis, can you help us with that?
Certainly. Good evening, Charlie. Yes, I can tell you. Charlie, as you know, the discussion relating to the transfer of ownership of this property dates back a few years now, when that decision was reached. There was, the county freeholders did a thorough investigation as to how to provide the best and highest level of service to the residents of that facility and to be able to provide the most optimum healthcare opportunities for long-term care within Middlesex County to any resident who may need it in the future. And the decision was made that notwithstanding the wonderful, and we are very blessed that we have a wonderful staff in both facilities who are very dedicated and hardworking. The infusion of the knowledge and experience and oversight and leadership of RWJ with their, again, outstanding reputation in healthcare really took the whole level or potential level of care to an even higher level. So the decision was made, as I said, some time ago. There have been some discussions ongoing between the county and RWJ Barnabas. I guess in working out the details, these things don't happen quickly. So this extension merely is to provide them some additional time to work out what I suspect are now just the finest of details in order to finalize the agreement to do the transfer.
Thanks. And what can the public expect to happen in the future? Would this be a transfer that would be, revenue for the authority or for the county? And would the county maintain any kind of involvement at all in the facilities?
All good questions. I think the finalization of all of those details are really in the works. I guess that's one of the reasons why they needed an extension of time with respect to what role, if any, the county may still have on an ongoing basis or voice with respect to how the facilities operate, and certainly finalizing on final cost and transfer of assets.
Thanks. And then the other one I wanted to ask about was just the 8M, as in Mary, the Keep Middlesex Moving representative and alternate, if I may ask who those individuals are and when the next meeting is and how I can participate.
Sure, I believe Carol Burns is the representative. To be candid with you, I don't remember who the alternate is, Charlie, but maybe someone else can jump in and tell us who that is. As far as the schedule of meetings, they're a separate autonomous agency. How they schedule them and when they schedule them would be on their website. We don't have any specific information on that. We provide simply a liaison, if you will, as a representative to that agency.
Jim, this is Bill Brendan. With your permission, may I jump in?
Yeah, who's the alternate?
Brian Whaler.
Okay, Brian Waller is the alternate.
Okay, I I must be missing something because I've looked through the kmm.org website and have not been able to locate any indication of the board meetings. I know I had a conversation with Mr. Polos in, I guess, about a month ago. You know, I had been informed by the county that there was a meeting on a particular date, and I, you know, tried to inquire how to, you know, get the Zoom link or whatever it was to join, and Mr. Polos got back to me very quickly, as he usually does, but the outcome was apparently I had gotten bad information from the county, and the meeting had already happened a week prior. So, you know, at the time I mentioned that, you know, it'd be great for this to be on their website, and I understand they have some level of autonomy, but you know, if the MCIA is going to be involved, you know, I would like to at least, you know, have some way of finding out when these meetings are and how I can participate. So can somebody look into that and get back to me?
Yeah, I mean, we could certainly, I guess, have the liaison ask when the next regularly scheduled meeting is and let you know, Charlie. Again, we don't schedule them, and we're not we only provide the liaison, but we can certainly do what we can to try to find out when the next one's scheduled and let you know.
I'd appreciate it, and you know, I'm probably not the only person that's interested in their work. You know, I think that it would make sense to put the information on the website and, you know, make sure the public knows when the meetings are and how to join. You know, I think that kind of feedback would be good to bring to KMM. They have a nice website with lots of other information, but just not the information on the board. And I think that would be useful. Or maybe I'm missing it. Maybe you can, you know, correct me and find that out for me.
Yeah, no problem. We can mention it to them. As I said, we have no authority or oversight over them, but I'll, you know, certainly through the liaison mention that you made the inquiry, and whatever information they could forward on to you.
Cool. Well, thank you. That's all on the resolutions for me.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlie. Approval of resolutions. Can we have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda resolutions?
Motion, Christine.
Can I second?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can second.
I'll second. Paul will second, yeah. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Payment of vouchers. I'm going to ask for a motion and a second to approve vouchers. I'm going to have to partially abstain from this motion because I am mentioned on the listing this month. So can I have a motion and second to approve payment of expenses?
Motion, Christine.
I'll second again.
I can second you. Sorry, I'm having
Okay.
trouble on my phone.
That's okay. Lois will be second. All in favor?
Thank you. Approved.
All in favor, aye.
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 Public session. Is there anyone that would like to discuss any issue regarding the MCIA? Please identify your name and address, please.
We do have one hand, just one moment.
Hey, Charlie Cradaville once again. I just wanted to follow up on the item I had brought up at your December meeting, I believe. The agenda does state that this meeting is being held via Zoom, but for the record, I did try to join using the Zoom app. The meeting ID worked, but the passcode tells you that it's the wrong passcode. And I have experienced this before. This is where, you know, the person who organized the meeting has apparently disabled access via the Zoom app, and therefore the only way for the public to join the meeting is via telephone. And I just wanted to put in a request once again that be changed so that folks can do this without having to use their phone lines and phone minutes to participate. I know I'm often the only person that takes time to attend these meetings, but perhaps if the platform that was used was changed, you might be able to get some more involvement from the public, which I hope is something that the board would welcome and want. you know, is there any update on making that change and making it so we can all be on the same app and see who else is in the room and see if people turn their cameras on and whose microphones are on? Is that something we can see, or are we going to be stuck on the phone?
I think we're working on something. Is that correct, Jim?
Thank you, Chairman. Charlie, certainly the recommendation has been circulating amongst the board members. There's been some discussions about it. I don't have anything affirmative to tell you one way or another at this point, but you know, they certainly have discussed it and continue to do so.
Okay. Well, I'll look forward to getting some kind of you know, update hopefully at the next meeting, and just would encourage you to, you know, rethink the format and the planning of these meetings, because you know, I know they've never really garnered a lot of public interest, but you know, the pandemic gave us all a reason to change the way we were doing things, and you know, we're now here almost 3 years later, and I know that you know, there's something to be said for having the best of both worlds and having an in-person option as well as a Zoom remote access option, and I think that's really the best modern way to proceed, especially since this agency serves the entire county. And I know back when the meetings were in person, it was tough to get through all the traffic to get there and participate. And you know, I just think we would all benefit from using the best, most modern technology to facilitate these discussions, and hope that some of you agree with me and that we can make some changes. And that's all for me tonight. Have a good one, everybody.
Appreciate your input, Charlie. Thank you. Executive session, Harlan, I don't believe we have an executive session tonight, do we?
We do not.
If no executive session, then can we have a motion and a second to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Yukna?
Second, Christine.
Thank you very much, and have a good night, everyone. Thank you for your cooperation.
Good night. Nicely
Good night.
done.
Good
Happy New
night.
Year to everyone.
Yes,
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.